brothers and sisters, generals. So I gotta say, families. I always say, current subscribers, new subscribers, anybody that view, you know, may Mother Nature keep giving us life and breathing it into our bodies. That's mind, body, and soul. Our brothers and sisters, our children, reachers and teachers, And I gotta say, Mother Nature is the best teacher. So listen to her, and get to know nature. It's I'm telling you, I'm serious. Like, get to study and get up in the morning when we go out, whatever we do. Always talk about centering mechanisms. So we have to do things to notice nature, because as I said on a recent podcast, nature notices us all the time, and it'll show us signs, like the story I gave about the squirrel, and how I said the squirrels was just sitting there chilling in front of my house. And the reason why I say nature watches us, and I'm sure many of us have experienced this, and I want to give a salute to the nature teachers out there, those who really do know about nature, because I still have more to learn. But those who do, I now understand why it's important to. It's a good place to go center ourselves when we may be going through something or a challenge. Not that I'm not going through nothing, but it's just nice. Actually, I think the best time to get in nature and notice it and meditate and just sit there wherever we are. If we're fortunate to be in some woods or the forest or around the lake or an ocean, if we are fortunate to be around that, don't take advantage of that. Go down to that lake or that forest. Don't even say nothing. Just stand there or sit there with your eyes closed and just listen to nature. It's wonderful, man. And you can even do this if we're living in the city. It all depends on what, brothers and sisters, our mindset, how connected we are to Mother Nature. Because I'll say again, man, it's wonderful when it notices us. I've talked about the crows that always greet me every other day when I go out. That's nature, brothers and sisters, because I pay attention to nature. I notice it. The very air we breathe is from Mama Nature. And, it's unfortunate. Some take that for granted, and don't appreciate, the air that we breathe every day. Every day we wake up, we're walking in nature. Our body is nature. It was made. We were created from nature. Everything about us has to do with nature, whether we deny it, we think it is, or not. Really doesn't matter, because those of us, as I said, salute, and that could be in our families, reachers and teachers, those who just take the comfort in being in nature. And I was I looked at a clip in a story that someone had put in there, and they were out at the lake, and they was like, this is where I come to clear my mind. And I'm telling you, that's the best thing to do when you're going through something that maybe can't come up with an answer for, or some kind of solution. Get away from the noise, of course. And that's another thing nature does. Take you away from the drama of social media, the world, person, place, or thing, this celeb shit, and things, people beefing and rappers beefing and going back and forth, and it leads up to almost someone's demise. It's just ridiculous. So that's why you hear so many of us, those that have come into themselves, the real truth sayers out there, salute. That's why you hear so many of us say, you better. And I mean you better, not just something I'm saying to sound cool. No, you better know thyself. It's no joke. If you don't know thyself, you're going to be lost within and out. And we all know that's a dangerous place to be. I got to do my danger. When you don't know yourself and you just free falling through life, that's the most dangerous thing that we can do for oneself. And that's brother, sister, young or old. If you're healthy, nothing wrong with you. Find that thing we need to have in us to keep us stable, keep us sane. But I'm telling you, one way that can help, Mother Nature. Just notice the beauty of life. Even when we're going through something, find the beauty in there. There's a lesson in everything. It all depends on what, brothers and sisters, that good old mindset. You'll hear that from me and many other teachers, because that's what it's always going to come down to. We can't have excuses. We need to have solutions. And again, folks, this is for me too. But, I've been through the woulda, coulda, shoulda. One has been through a lot of woulda, coulda, shouldas. Trust me. So you go through enough of those woulda, coulda, shouldas, you'll start listening to nature, because Animals don't go through the woulda, coulda, shoulda. They flowing, they happy. They ain't worried about no bills and what people think and jealousy and envy and hate and entities of the world trying to dominate and all that. Animals in nature just sit back and just look at these humans. They got everything they want and still don't appreciate it. Not all of us, but some, can't handle the great gifts that we got through Mother Nature, which is life. Because if we don't have life, if we're not breathing, we can't do anything. We can if we're not here, if we don't have breath in our body. How can we create? How can we teach? How can we show love? How can we receive love if we don't have those principles inside of us, righteous principles? And I always go back to the free will thing. Yeah, of course we can have our free will in nature, but there's always going to be a principle, and there's always going to be a consequence. There's always going to be whatever kind of reaction we give, as we say, that universe or Mother Nature will be a reflection of what we give is what we get back. That's facts. We hear that a lot, but hey, keep on living on that toxic side of life and not seeing the beauty in each other or in ourselves. Real talk, because that's where it all starts, when we see it in ourselves. And when we see the beauty in nature, we will see the beauty in ourselves. Because, man, what I have learned the past few days about nature is it's just amazing when we pay attention to it. And it makes me want to be hungry for more. As I say, we get up in the morning, listen to the birds chirping. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. And just listen. Don't even say nothing. Just go for a walk. I had an auntie, my Aunt Ruby. She used to go walking all the time. She used to take her little stick and she used to take a walk. She was a nurse. She was a nurse. I think she's a retired nurse now. She might be still working. But got a couple nurses in my family. I got two cousins. They are talking about female. Two cousins that are females in the family that are either were nurses. I know they were working in that field. So got nurses in the family. Salute, as well as my grandmother. She was like a built-in nurse, But my Aunt Ruby used to take these walks, and I used to say, "Well, she always going walking?" And now I know she used to get out in nature. She used to walk, exercise, which is good, And then I heard a customer at my job was talking about that. She don't have her car right now. And I like her because she comes in. She's a regular. She's been coming into my job eating for a long time. And she's very positive. And I told her, I said, "No, you probably miss your car, huh?" She said, "No, it's good. I need to exercise. I be in the car all the time." And she's always walking. She don't let that car stop her. And that's what nature does. When you locked in to Mother Nature, you don't care about no car or money or what people think or popularity or being on, and being in the spotlight. You don't care about things like that when you locked in to Mama Nature. Because I said, Mother Nature is the best teacher. So listen to her. She'll speak to us. Because as I said on the recent podcast, animals watch us. Nature's watching us when we don't even know what's watching us. And every now and then, an animal or something, amazing will come through an animal from nature and, it approach us. Or I'm sure many of us have experienced little weird things that animals do to let us know their intelligence. Because, a lot of times we take animals for granted. Like, I like going to the zoo and, maybe taking the children to see the animals. It's wonderful. But a part of me feels sorry for the animals that's in zoos, because I'm sure, come on now. I look at animals as almost like slaves. Real talk. You think they want to be in the cage? I mean, I don't think so. And the different things that they do behind the scenes to these animals, like bull riders. I've heard that what they do to bull riders to make them jump and hop up and down like that is they shock them in their scrotum. You know what I mean? That's inhumane, man. That's terrible. And then they wonder why some of them get bucked off and stomped on, and why these bulls are so angry. As I said on the recent podcast, animals are only attacked if they are threatened. You know what I mean? It has to be something that we have done to that animal to make it react. It's only gonna act viciously only to protect itself. Cause I've seen clips of grown lions. People got pet lions, tigers. I think even Mike Tyson had a pet tiger, if I'm not mistaken, or a pet lion. He was wrestling with him because he has a respect for that animal, and the animal knows that it respects and loves him. It doesn't feel like Tyson or anybody else that has a pet lion or tiger or something. It just, that animal feels the respect and knows the love and doesn't fear it. So if we respect nature, it will respect us, So, and it's just wonderful that we have to respect nature. And that's why pit bulls get a bad rap, because human beings, tamper with the breeding and making them fighting dogs and all that. So now, it's that fighting, that fight that's in the DNA of a pit bull. Now it's been breeded over and over so much. So now it's like spread. It's almost like not a disease, but it's been breeded over and over. So we get that breeding of fighting that's in a pit bull. Now it's breeded dog after dog, decade after decade. So now every pit bull has that little fighting thing within them. If I'm explaining that right, it's in their DNA. So now all pit bulls are looked at as vicious. So, and now that like, just put it like this: if pit bulls were never breeded to fight or ever fought, they probably wouldn't even be that way. I'm telling you, when entities, I'm talking about people who don't appreciate nature. When you got individuals, and it don't matter who it is, that don't appreciate nature, that's what'll happen. Real talk, that's what'll happen. They'll take something that's not even mean or vicious and tamper with it and make it become mean and vicious. Because a lot of times when animals do become mean and vicious, it's usually because of a human being either taking the animal, doing something to it against its will, or it feel like something is a threat to it. That's the only way an animal attack, And most of the time, an animal attack, it got something to do with some stupid human being. Real talk. I'm not talking about those who care about nature. I'm talking about those who just don't really know nature and don't appreciate it. Those are usually the ones that get attacked. But we have those that do care about nature and might get attacked. But hey, they say, I hate to say it, and like we had that what was it, the crocodile hunter that died. Now he was a good guy, he wasn't nothing wrong with him, but unfortunately, when you keep messing with nature, when you keep poking the bear and doing different things and just keep poking at it, that's just how nature is. You're gonna get poked back. So we have to enjoy nature and not poke the bear, so to speak, and just enjoy it and embrace it and leave these animals alone. Animals don't want to be locked up in no damn cage. Real talk. But hey, what can I say? Who am I? But to me, when I go to the zoo and see these animals, I see slaves. I see animals that are being held against their will. But that's just my thing, my opinion. So to me, if you want to appreciate nature, only take an animal. If you have a pet or whatever, now one owners, that's cool. Those who have like literally raised like lions or tigers from when they were a cub. If it's not against their will, it's beautiful. And I know some of them that let them go back into nature. That's wonderful. I like raised them and then let them go back. And I remember hearing the story of the guy that raised a lion from a cub, and he let it go back to nature, and he came back years later, and the lion remembered him. It was wonderful. I think he let it go back when he was young. Then he went back like years later to see if the lion would remember him, and it did. And it ran back and hugged him and everything. I'm pretty sure people probably heard this story. It's been a while ago. It's been years ago. And the lion remembered him and was happy to see him and jumped up and hugged him. And I remember he gave the lion a name, so he called out the lion name, and it came running to him. See, that's what I'm talking about. When we respect nature, that's what we'll get back. We'll get respect back. So all I can say is respect nature. And I always say, set the tone every morning. You're feeling some kind of way. Go to a park or something. Just stand. Don't even say nothing. Close your eyes or not close your eyes, and just don't say nothing. Just listen. I'm talking about early in the morning when the birds be chirping and stuff. Listen to that. You'll be surprised what'll come up in your subconscious, or what you might hear. You might even have a bird approach you. You might have a squirrel approach you. It's wonderful, but I have to say, us as melanated brothers and sisters, and I'm not talking about those who know about nature and teach about nature, but some of us don't take the time to do that. If we do that, I'm telling you, we'll add another element to our lives that we're not used to. Got to change up that old routine every now and then, because I come up with these ideas, and because I work a job too, I know how I can be getting stuck in the rut and doing the same thing every day. That's why sometimes we have to get up, do something different. Get up early sometimes. I think that's the best moment of the day. Early in the morning when the whole world's not quite up yet. Everybody running around. Picture yourself as that Like on the Matrix when it showed Neo standing still and everything around him was moving and going and flowing. That's the way we should be, brothers and sisters. You know, lose ourselves in Mother Nature and let it take us away from that drama. Real talk. And we'll be able to see things. You know, we'll see things clearly. You know what I'm saying? When we're out of the drama and we outside of this so-called matrix of this media and these celebs and this dude that's plastered all over everybody's banner. You notice he ain't been on not one of my videos or podcasts, you know, because things that, like I say, most things that we see in the media as far as celebs, we should know enough about them now. A lot of us have been studying this celeb thing and this weak as that be and all this kind of crap, because I call them weak as that be. I don't give them no damn power. They just have influence and money. That's just my opinion, though. But we've been knowing about these celebs and the things they do for years. Shouldn't be nothing new, you know. I'm not surprised by any of it, because it's stuff I've been knowing for years. And when you sit back and you observe, you will see things come to pass. Because as we all say, we're living a toxic life. This is something Mother Nature teaches us. We know what's gonna happen. You know, when you're living toxic, and you know what goes up must come down. That's the law of gravity. Nobody can get around that. You know, so. As I say, Mother Nature is the author of patience and time. It's endless. Mother Nature time is endless. You know what I'm saying? Will go on and evolve without us. And as I said in the past, Mother Nature don't need us. But it appreciates us because it created us. It created us for a reason, you know? So we got to think about that. But at the same time, this whole universe, this whole world, nature can evolve and go on without us. As George Carlin said, Mother Nature can shake us off like a bad case of fleas and replenish and start all over. Doesn't need our help, but Mother Nature doesn't work that way, does it? It loves us even when we don't deserve it, but it loves us even more when we pay attention to it and we appreciate it. And it shows us, you know, as I said about those squirrels sitting in my front porch. Just little things like that. Again, I'm not the only one that experienced that. Like I said, get up in the morning or go to a lake or a park or a forest, but, you know, and just sit there, you know, and listen to the birds chirping. You'd be surprised. Like I said, an animal, a squirrel might walk up to you. A butterfly might fly on your shoulder and stop, or on your hand. I've had that, you know, butterflies that come just stop. I'm telling you, that's a sign. You can have a bird fly up to you because, you know, it feels you. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. You have to experience it. It's almost because the animals already see you when you first even walk into the park immediately. Because, you know, animals have great senses. So, and like I said, animals watch us, you know. I mean, they see us every day, all day. Animals watch us, you know. Sometimes I think animals get curious, you know. So that's why sometimes they approach people. As I said about a clip about squirrels approaching people. You know, I told the story about the squirrel that approached a little boy that had the bottle of water and was literally begging for water. So that lets you know animals watch us. Nature watches us. And every now and then it shows us signs. But we in nature every day, all day, and these routines we go through, we take nature for granted. So I will teach what I have been taught by other teachers is to appreciate Mother Nature. Man, real talk is beautiful. And you start seeing little signs, but you got to notice it. You know, it's all around. Beauty is all around us in nature. But, you know, it's nice to seek it, you know, and then we'll get hungry for it, you know, and just know the beauty of it. I got a lot more to learn, but I'm glad I know the things that I do know. And a lot more. Always keep a student spirit, brothers and sisters. And I forgot to say, this is another nature podcast. And of course, you see the roses on my banner here in the thumbnail. And you always hear me say stop and smell the roses. And that's, in other words, stop and appreciate nature when we can, you know. I've been trying to get more into it. I got to get some more outside shots too. And I'm going to try to get some outside shots this weekend. And Lord Lamont, he's back in Milltown. And salute my son, Lord Lamont, all my children, their mothers, my family, reachers and teachers, the real like-minded brothers and sisters out there. Salute. Man, stay with it, stay strong, and stay encouraged. You know, but my son, Lord Lamont, back in the mill, we're going to get together probably tomorrow and do some things. We're gonna try to do some music. I'm gonna try to squeeze a podcast in there so him and I can speak. We haven't done it in a while. And the priorities, gotta show that tough love. He gotta get it together because he's healthy. There's nothing wrong with him. He gotta get it together. But I love him, and I'll help them the best I can. But as we all know, as righteous brothers and sisters, whether we parents or just real generals, we can't enable those. We have to, just like my mom didn't enable me, I had to get out there, there wasn't nothing wrong with me. So my young brothers and sisters, this ain't, man, time waits for no man or no woman, no brother or sister. So you better get it together, because life, as I said, I hate to be harsh, but life don't give a damn how we feel. Life is going to go on. So we better do what we got to do to make it in this here so-called matrix. You know what I'm saying? Take that red pill, take that adventure, and see what the real life is all about underneath this false sense of reality they're trying to push on us out here. That's why I'm going to cling to Mother Nature. I don't care what nobody say, do, think, because no one is above Mother Nature, period. I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are. I don't care who they are. Excuse me. No one is above that great Mother Nature and that great divine. I hadn't mentioned divine yet, because this is strictly about Mother Nature. And I'm telling you, cling to it. Like I say, get up in the morning, listen to them birds chirp. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the crows fly by. Call. Look at the squirrels running around. Just pay attention to it, how nature moves. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful when we have principles, man. Not rules, principles. And things just flow freely, Be as free as we possibly can, in this system that try to hold us tight and close them walls in. But don't let them do it, because walls closing in is a state of mind, And also being free is a state of mind, all day, every day. So I say, like I always say, I like to suggest, teach, and give advice. And some advice I can give: if you going through something and you feeling some kind of way, brother, sister, family member, get in nature. And like I said, close your eyes and just listen. It's like a form of medication, a form of meditation, and just listen. And just, man, you'll have something. You'll be amazed. Like, you would be amazed. Like I said, you a butterfly or something fly on your shoulder, and just, it probably almost bring a tear to your eye, because Mother Nature does care, but we have to see it to know it, and we'll feel it. Like I say, just stand in the midst of it, and just don't say nothing. Be quiet. Just listen, because I don't care what's going on in this life, what's going on in the media, all this crap around us. Mother Nature, man, is always and forever the best teacher. So listen to her. Salute.